Ladies and gentlemen, something went unfortunately wrong with the recording equipment, so we skipped 2 rounds. I do apologize for that. That was not meant to happen, but yeah, unfortunately I did forget to press the recording button there. But we are here at our round, at our top 4 at least. Our top 4 is Ivar Vlieger, Justin de Bakker, Elias Truyens and Nick Theunis. And we are watching our first part of the top 4, which is Elias Truyens versus Nick Theunis. We have seen both these players already, but now we will be able to see them duke it out together. Of course, Nick actually having gotten help from Elias as well, so with his team. So Elias a bit more knowledgeable about Nick's team. So let's see if Nick is able to still surprise with some plays there against Elias, because Elias, of course, a very seasoned player, and we do have the possibility of that Dondozo, which is just amazingly strong. Nick does have Intimidate on Gyarados, but not working on this particular Dondozo because of the Oblivious ability instead of Unaware. So in cases like this is why Oblivious is a nice thing to have. While on the other hand, Abomozo actually being one of those Pokemon that can pretty much resist anything that the Dondozo wants to do. Of course, if it goes for its own Terra Steel or something, it's not able to do all that much. But Elias's Dondozo is actually Terra Grass, if I recall correctly. Abomozo being amazingly bulky and everything is very nice, but there's still a Chi-Yu as well, and you have to manage to deal with. So let's take a look at what these players will be bringing to their match here as we get into our top 4. We have the Chi-Yu and the Iron Bundle coming out, a lead that is very solid in that regard, as the Iron Bundle plus Abomozo coming out. Chi-Yu beats a Rune first activated, then the Snow Warning from Abomozo, meaning this Chi-Yu is faster, which was rather obvious, as the Iron Bundle from Elias' side is Quark Drive is activating first, and then only Nick his side, meaning possibly Nick his Iron Bundle might just be faster than whatever Elias meaning Elias's Iron Bundle might be faster than Nick his Iron Bundle. This might also be a speed die, which is hard to decide what to do in that regard then. As Abomozo just going for a protect here, as the Iron Bundle goes for a freeze right into the Abomozo, predicting maybe a Terra Water there, not going for it, as Iron Bundle is able to just set up an Aurora Veil. Now Chi-Yu is of course a very respectable Pokemon that can deal a lot of damage, as the Heat Wave does come out there, not hitting the Abomozo, but it will hit the Iron Bundle, doing a bit of damage, but not enough for the KO just yet. Now Abomozo is able to go for the Terra, and go for the Terra Blast, making sure that Chi-Yu is gone, but then you still have that Iron Bundle onto the field, so you have to kind of decide what to do here. In that regard, you can go for Leaf Storm, KO the opposing Iron Bundle. Maybe that is the play, just making sure that that is gone first, because then you have that speed control back again with the possible Icy Winds and stuff. To make sure that this Chi-Yu goes a bit slower as well, because Iron Bundle itself doesn't have carry any water moves itself, because most of the time it will be running Hydro Pump, but this time around it's only Freeze Dry and Blizzard, as we do have the Terra activation from Nick his side. It will be that Abomozo turning into a beautiful bulky water type, losing its more defense thanks to the snow, but Aurora Veil making sure that that is circumvented immediately. Freeze Dry coming out into that Abomozo, doing quite a bit of damage even through the Aurora Veil. Freeze Dry from Nick's side, and to the Iron Bundle, not enough for the KO. Heat Wave coming out will pick up the KO onto the Iron Bundle, and now you only have the Abomozo still having to go for a move. Is it going for, it is going for that Terra Blast, trying to make sure that this Chi-Yu will be gone, but we already know what this Chi-Yu's item is, and it is that Focus Sash. So it will be able to stay on this field for just a turn longer, as the Abomozo loses a bit of its HP thanks to the Life Orb. And now you have to switch something in, and that's the issue right there. You can go for a Bullet Punch into Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu will, even if it terrestrializes into a Steel type, it has only 1 HP. It will always faint. but then you still have the Iron Bundle. You can still Iron Bundles can still kill the Abomasnow, for example. So you have to try and think what can happen in the next few turns. So Elias also has the possibility. Oh, my apologies. Elias also has the possibility of just being able to switch out to something, like for example, Tatsugiri, or just honestly switching out. Not probably the best play. Just elongating this game, making sure that this Iron Bundle will go down might be the play, as a Bullet Punch does go into that Chi. Trying to make sure that that at least goes down. And on the other end, we have Elias who goes for the Hydro Pump onto the Scissor, predicting the Protect from the Abomasnow. Just going for damage there, as now being put in a position where Hydro Pump will kill the Scissor a second time around. So if Elias does have something else in the back that doesn't really like to deal with Scissor, this might be a very good play in that regard. Bullet Punch coming out into that Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu does go down, meaning only Iron Bundle and Abomasnow are left to do for an attack. Iron Bundle is deciding who goes down first. It is that Abomasnow. Abomasnow going down, meaning the no more Terra on Nick's side. Now, of course, Elias still has that option, and Nick only has his 2 Pokemon. Elias has that option. Apologies, it's hard to keep track sometimes, as Dondozo is coming in actually. So probably in the back will be that Tatsugiri. Now, Flutter Mane is a Pokemon that is rather fast and is able to do quite a bit of damage to the Dondozo, but seemingly Nick is going for that Thunderbolt onto Dondozo because it is super effective. But the main issue being at hand, if that Dondozo does Protect now, yep, he still has the Terra option, and he knows that Nick is locked into Thunderbolt now. So this is just unfortunate in that regard, as is the Iron Bundle might go down, but the Terra Grass onto the Dondozo will make sure that this Dondozo will just not get any damage from this Thunderbolt, from this next Thunderbolt. So I don't know if Thunderbolt was the play there. I think Moonblast was 100% the play, because Bullet Punch kills the Iron Bundle even if he switches in Tatsugiri, the Flutter Mane still should go first. So it's rough. It's a rough call to make, but yeah. Now Elias is able to go for a switch out into that Tatsugiri, making sure that that is switched out. Tatsugiri comes in, will hide itself in the mouth of that Dondozo and get all of its boost right now. So it will be +2 speed, +2 attack, +2 everything really right now. So it will take attacks a bit more easier, and if it goes for a Terra Grass, it will absolutely take no damage from this Thunderbolt. As we do see that Terra activation there from Elias' side, it will be that Terra Grass right now. Terra Grass just making sure that this Dondozo doesn't take any sort of damage anymore from this Flutter Mane is Thunderbolt. Scissor is going for Protect as Thunderbolt does go out into that Dondozo, and yeah, as we mentioned, not that much damage. Dondozo can go for the Earthquake here, trying to hit both of these Pokemon. Scissor, of course, protecting this turnaround, as Flutter Mane is taking quite a bit of damage there. So, and Elias can just recover that with leftovers as well. So unfortunate there, unfortunate play by Nick there, not forgetting probably that Elias still had his option to Terrestrialize there, but was playing rather well earlier. It's just Elias was predicting Nick turn and turn again. Unfortunately, Wave Crash coming out into the Scissor, making sure that the Scissor goes down, can't even go for Pounce, and yes, that is indeed the game. So Nick can still go for a Thunderbolt Para, of course. Always gotta try your hand at those. Never forget, never give up. You can like if you have a chance, you can go for it. Thunderbolt coming out, no Para, Wave Crash will be enough to take down this Flutter Mane, and that will be game 1. Quite a spectacular game there, if I might say. So I'm looking forward to what Nick will do to try and make sure that he is able to deal with his Dondozo in the back as well. Okay, let's see what these players have decided to bring to their game 2 right now. A little adaptation from Nick could go a long way here, as we do have the Chi-Yu and Iron Bundle, same lead from Elias' side as the Chi-Yu and the Fluttermane coming out. Now this is quite okay, because you do have Chi-Yu lowering the of course the special defense of every Pokemon, but Chi-Yu can't really hit Chi-Yu very hard. So Iron Bundle does have the possibility to go for Hydro Pump onto nick his Chi-Yu, and Fluttermane does have the possibility to do a lot of damage with a Dazzling Gleam or even a Moonblast onto this Iron Bundle. Now a Icy Wind plus Overheat will KO the Fluttermane on Nick his side, so he really has to decide what to do in this regard, because Elias does look to have the speed control in hand, does look seemingly have the option here to do whatever he wants. As we do have that Terra coming out right now. It will be the Terra from Nick his side. It will be that Fluttermane go for that Terra Fairy, trying to dent as much as possible in this regard, trying to make sure that this Fluttermane will deal damage right here, right now. Icy Wind coming out, meaning this Fluttermane will be slower. The Chi-Yu will be slower as well. It is still a Specs Fluttermane, but what will the Chi-Yu from Elias' side will do? It is going for that Dark Pulse, resisted by the Fluttermane, meaning Fluttermane can go for a very strong Dazzling Gleam right now. Terra Fairy, Choice Specs, oh, Dazzling Gleam, and it will KO the Iron Bundle and do quite a bit of damage onto that Chi-Yu right now. Chi-Yu just going for a single target Heat Wave, just missing out on the KO here onto that Chi-Yu and getting a bit of leftovers recovery. Now, Fluttermane is now at -1 speed, meaning it will probably be outsped by things like, as I wanted to say, Dondozo. So Dondozo, it might be smart to switch out your Fluttermane right now and switch something else in, just to deal a bit better with this Dondozo, because Elias doesn't have a need to sack off this Chi-Yu. He can just go for his Tatsugiri switch in and go for a Wave Crash onto the Fluttermane, because the Chi-Yu doesn't really threaten the Dondozo all that much right now. So yeah, Nick has to decide what to do here, what to switch in possibly, because Fluttermane does have the option to be faster, especially with Choice Specs, can do quite a bit of damage even at +2 defense onto that Dondozo, as we do have the switch out from the Tatsugiri to the Tatsugiri from the Chi-Yu, and it seems like Nick hasn't switched there, so hopefully trying to see Dondozo not going for that Fluttermane slot. Maybe an Earthquake will be able to deal with both of these Pokemon as well, actually, now that I think of, for Elias, as the Dondozo's, of course, cutscene is playing right now. Earthquake coming out into both of these Pokemon. It will be enough for the Fluttermane. The Chi-Yu, however, will be able to survive at +2, like even a +2 Earthquake. It is still spread damage and it's not stab. So let's see what this Chi-Yu does. Does manage to go for a Dark Pulse and chip this Dondozo a bit down. This is alright damage, so now you need to really consider what you can bring in versus Dondozo. If you have the Iron Bundle on the back, that's very good, because that Iron Bundle is able to go for a Freeze Dry or even a possible Icy Wind if you have it, but I forgot this Iron Bundle does not have it, so you will have to Freeze Dry this Dondozo like 2-3 times next with Chi-Yu next to you to try and make sure that Chi-Yu is able to survive a few turns. So I suggest protecting with the Chi-Yu. Just enjoy the drop in special defense that the Chi-Yu gives you, as we do have the Terra going out onto that from that Dondozo. It is Terra Grass. It is able to go for a possible Terra Blast. I completely forgot about that. So Freeze Dry will do a bit of damage, but it will not do enough to kill. Everyone knows that. Chi-Yu just protecting right now, meaning if this Iron Bundle just went for Freeze Dry, yes, it is not enough, but Terra Blast, the threat of Terra Blast is here, coming from this Dondozo into the Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle not having the greatest of defenses, so it is gonna go down, especially at a +2 Dondozo. So well played there. Chiyu also protecting. Unfortunately, if it went for an attack, it could have maybe dealt a bit more damage to the Dondozo, enough for the Scissor to pick up the KO. But now, because he protected, you don't really have a choice here. You can go for the double protect. It's just rather hard to do, because if you double protect, if you at least go for the chance of double protecting, it's less and less every time, so it's only 50%. So I think you do have to go for the double protect, as the Dondozo does go for the Earthquake here, manages to KO the Tatsugiri, meaning Scissor is only on the field right now. We already know that Chiyu is in the back with 1 HP, but there's also Tatsugiri hiding in that Dondozo. Pounds, lowering the speed from this Dondozo by 1. And is it enough for a Bullet Punch from this range? Because it is leftovers as well. I don't believe it is. I don't believe it will be enough. So I think Nick will have to pounce again, honestly. I don't think Bullet Punch is enough, because Dondozo is rather bulky. Especially when he's at +2 everything. So his speed did drop by 1, and Dondozo is rather slow, but it is still +1, so Scissor will not be outspeeding that, I feel. As Nick is deciding what to do in this turn. He's debating if Bullet Punch will be enough, of course. What do you do afterwards? You need to make sure that Tatsugiri not really hit you all that hard afterwards. Just going for the protect there on Elias' side, very smart. Recover a bit more HP, making sure that it is able to survive. Now this Dondozo will have healed enough so that it will be surely able to survive a Bullet Punch right now. So Scissor, yeah, it's still hard. It is possible. Like, if you are able to KO the Dondozo, never mind, Dondozo is still faster, so Wave Crash will KO the Scissor. But if you were able to Bullet Punch the Dondozo, then close combat, Bullet Punch the Chiyu, if it didn't protect, and then close combat the Tatsugiri while it missed a Muddy Water, you could have won that. But that was rather hard to do. So congratulations to Elias going to the finals right now, meaning we will be gonna have to watch the next top 4 match.